So you guys were I'm hearing a lot of you guys wanted a theme song shortened, so here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that, and when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So, it's shorter. There you go. Crazycatlady or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair use, educational, for and entertainment purpose. Alright guys, so before we begin talking about Let's Go to Heaven and the reason why I'm doing this, I want to show some pictures from Avatar's live action show. I have not watched any of One Piece because I haven't watched any of the anime. So, I don't know if it seemed any better than the Cowboy Bebop one, which I haven't watched. I watched the anime of that once for one episode. So, let's see. I don't know. But these are pictures of, the Fire Nation. Let me go and see which ones they are. So, we got, Jen from Lost playing, Fire Ozai. So, I got a picture of him. He looks pretty good. I think he looks great. I know a lot of people say, I know he's not supposed to show up in the first season, but we'll see how well he does. You also, then we got, Zuko. He looks good. His scar looks a lot better than he did in the other thing that we do not speak of. Yeah. So I cannot, I wonder if Don Boxo is going to do a cameo of this. Who played him in the cartoon? Looks like he's not going to play any of the Fire Nation though. If he is, and then we got Azula. I think she looks fine. Then we got Iroh. He looks great. And then we got the general guy, the one who dies in the first season. So yeah. So, cannot wait. Now for the sad part. Those pictures look good. I think they look fine. I think maybe we'll see how these five actors will do for it. So, yep. So, Let's Go to Heaven. Well, a dog yesterday, and I posted this be 2 days, went to heaven, and his name was Lord Fitzwalter. He was a corgi, and he was 15. He was my dad's dog. I was debating either watching this or that Futurama episode, since he and that dog on Futurama had a long common. Had to waited until he was with his dad, back to his owner. Not as long as that dog did in Futurama, but he waited for at least a year and a half to be with him. So yeah, he went to heaven yesterday. So I'm doing this review for him. I didn't know, I decided to wait until when my dogs died, and yep, lo and behold, here's that day. Sad, sad day. So, let's get started. So, Let's Go to Heaven starts with a dog named Charlie, Bucket, and Itchy to form. Charlie just went to the pound. They keep on saying jail, and then he gets released by Itchy. Drilling into the water main of the pound, and they get out that way, and car face a bulldog. Charlie's a German Shepherd, and Itchy's a Dachshund. So they sing the song, "You can't keep a good dog down."
Row, row, row. No, you can't keep a good dog down. Row, 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 row. And I guess they have a racist moment in here, which I don't understand. I don't find it racist, but okay, whatever. Whatever. Since we have Itchy putting on a frickin' drum on his head, or tambourine, and he has buck teeth, because he said, "Bitters I am!" So, okay, whatever. And Carface is not happy that Charlie is back from the pound, and he decides to kill him. Kills Charlie because he doesn't want to have to share any of his budget with him because they are partners, the two of them. And so he decides to get Charlie killed by using a car to run him over, which he does. And then he goes up to heaven and meets Annabelle the poodle. And Annabelle like introduces him to the clocks after they have a little song number about him dying. He learns that he's dead. I don't want to die. You got the wrong guy. I was double crossed by a dirty rat. Actually, this rat was a dog. So yeah, that song, and he finds out that a watch is how if he winds up the watch, he can go back. But he learns he has to get around Annabeth Annabeth. What's the dog's name? That's Annabeth. Is that her name? Hold on. Annabelle. So, and she calls him, "You can never come back." After he winds up his watch again, and so going back, even though she says you ended up going back to Earth, and she's saying you can never go back to heaven, basically. And when he gets back up there, he gives poor Itchy a heart attack, thinking because Itchy saw him die, and so he has to convince Itchy to help get revenge on Carface. Itchy says we need to leave, and he mentions a monster. And so they go down to see what this monster is, and they find out it's not a monster at all. It's just a little girl named Anne-Marie. And she can talk to animals. And so, Carface has been using her to gamble. Because she can just ask one of the people who won the animals who were racing and ask them who do they think that's going to win. And that's the one that he puts the bets on. So Carface doesn't treat him very right. He didn't get her anything or anything like that. She just uses her so he can be rich. That greedy little bulldog. And he wants to keep it all for himself. And so Charlie does the same thing, but he actually gives her stuff, like buys her clothes, reads for War and Peace. Yes, the book that Charlie actually reads to her that pretends it's Robin Hood is not Robin Hood. It's War and Peace. Watch the movie and actually look at the book that he is using that is saying is Robin Hood, and it'll say War and Peace. So yeah, and then they go and meet Emery's future parents and steal from her, and bet on horses and bet on Chahi because it's his birthday, and he ends up winning. After one of the horses had to talk to a British horsey to remind him, we had to let him win, not you. And then they do a lot more ones, and then they end up giving money, end up buying a new casino, and also buying some clothes for Marie. And this is when Emery's getting mad because she says, you promised to buy me. You promised to look for my parents and give money to the poor. So she's getting ready to leave, and this is when we go and meet Charlie's sister. Because Charlie's not a full German Shepherd. He has part Collie in him. And so after they get pizza to her, and I'm not sure all these puppies are hers, because if all these puppies are hers, that dog should be dead. Okay, because it looks more like she has more puppies than the frickin' Wonder Dalmatians that Perdita has. Because I don't know, I did not count all those puppies there, but there's more than she probably has. But maybe I'm just putting too much thought to it. So then this is when Emery, they do the sharing song, and Emery sees the wallet and puts two and two together and realizes that he stole it from her future dad. And she goes and sings, and promise in your letters you'll come home to my heart. So she goes and gives it back to your future parents, and they make her waffles. Good for them. And Charlie has a mean dream of him being in hell, and I guess this was supposed to be a little more extreme, because I've heard this is supposed to be actually because there's some lost scenes in this in this movie, hence I guess they would have made that scene of him having his nightmare would it be a lot more worse than this, because this is him dreaming about him getting chewed on and him being on a boat that is basically like an evil Charon doggy, and you see like a devil dog. So yeah, and he wakes up with the puppies actually chewing on him and not a bunch of little demon dogs or hound dogs, hell dogs and whatever. And yeah. So he goes and gets Marie after I think he alerted those lilies that we see. And they head back. And this is when Carface and Killer is on a big giant dog, and they have a Tommy gun, but it's supposed to be like some type of laser gun, because in another scene they're gonna have Killer get in by a bunch of piranhas. Then Killer gives Carface an idea to use a laser gun or something like that, but it's actually supposed to be saying a Tommy gun, because if you look at the kind of gun he's actually holding, the Tommy gun. So not some weird laser gun that he says. For some reason they can't say Tommy gun in this cartoon. I don't get it. They can say regular gun, but they can't say what type of gun that they have in this cartoon. And that was like, because you look at Killer's mouth when he's saying this, it looks like he's saying Tommy gun, but they made the actor say something else. So that's a deleted line and replaced with another line. So yeah. And this is when we meet that stupid crocodile or an alligator, whatever that is, that almost eats Emery and Charlie. And they say this is kind of out of this is not. They always call it the big lip alligator moment. Like, I don't understand, why is this one not needed? I think it's not needed here, but who kills Carface later on? It's needed. This thing kills Carface later on. It's needed. You have to introduce the monster, otherwise he'll come out of freaking nowhere. And so yeah, it's needed here. It introduces the thing that kills the bad guy later on, so that's fine. And so after he gets out there and Emery gets sick, and poor Itchy gets beat up because he thinks that Charlie's there, but he doesn't know that Charlie's actually helping Emery by taking her to the church, and his sister's there telling him she needs to go to the doctor, not the vet, because she's a human girl. And Itchy comes back with him after he got beat up by him, Carface's bodyguards, I guess, and tells them that we need to go because now their casino is blown up, and so they have to go start over, and they need they need her more of her, but Itchy thinks we just get rid of her and just try to do our best to run our own, but makes Charlie insult her, and she runs off and gets kidnapped by Carface again, and then Charlie goes and saves her with Itchy going to get more dogs and going to get Emery's future parents to help out, and Charlie drowns after he saves her, and Carface gets eaten by the crocodile's last alligator, whatever it is, and Killer actually after Charlie pulls her out, helps get Emery to shore. Killer's a good dog too. The fact that he helped get her to shore. So yeah. Then it ends with I don't think this counts as canon because there's a second film that's not made by the same people. Don't get that idea. It's not made by the same people. Is because somehow Carface gets back up there because he does the same thing that Charlie does at the end of the movie. Now let's go start talking on the actors in here, because some of the actors in here are sadly have gone, just like my dog did, because Don DeLuise died. As Itchy, he didn't die this year, but he's dead. Judith Bailey, she died, and her death's really sad. I don't really want to talk about it, but it's sad. This is technically her last movie. So, yeah, and then one of the songs that they played at the very end is actually made for her in the credits. So, yeah. And Burt Reynolds, he is no longer with us. So 3 of the main characters in this movie are no longer with us. I want to know if Carface is still alive. Nope, he is not. Carface is not with us. And neither is Killer. Yeah, so looks like a lot of people. Okay, so there's one more thing I have to do for give this movie a grade, a number, and that is talk about the director, Don Bluth, who's one of the few people who has to do with this movie that's still alive, and Gary Oldman. Don Bluth did animate at Disney for a while. He left after Fox and the Hound, and started his own company. And most of his movies are on Disney Plus now because they were under Fox's name. This one's not on there, as far as I know. This was an AGM movie, so it's actually one of the few ones that probably won't be on there. It's on. You can watch this one on YouTube, but I think this is one of his last. This is technically, in my book, his last good movie. So after he's a good director. He's one of I like him. He's a good animator. So you let me know if you want me to do more of his movies. I don't mind doing it, his movies. But it's a good. This one's a good movie. The ones that are before this that he made are Land Before Time, Secret in Them, and American Tail. So I like these 4 movies, and this one's good too. So I'm gonna give this one like an 8 out of 10. So I'll see you guys later. Like, share, and subscribe, and bye bye, Fitz. You be missed. Bye bye. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the reason why you see Little Mermaid on there, because it's the same exact year that Little Mermaid was made. This movie was made, and I guess Little Mermaid beat it at the box office. So that's basically it, guys. I'll see you guys later. Like, share, and subscribe, and bye bye.